Alright guys, welcome to another episode of the Clueless Drinker. Today we've got something that should be mighty fine special. And regardless of the beer, it's something special for me because this is actually going to be my first beer from this brewery. Probably not the most advisable beer to go into when you're trying a brewery's beers because it is to a somewhat acquired taste. But from what I've seen on the usual places like Rate Beer and for the most part reviews here on YouTube, very, very highly regarded. And I think even on Rate Beer, this is like a 99 out of 100. So it's pretty damn special. And this brewery's known for some really high quality special beers. So today, I'm going to be drinking the Devil Dancer Triple IPA by Founders Brewing Company over in Grand Rapids. Yeah. Cat decides he wants to shout for food even though he's just been fed. Nice one, Cat. But yeah, out of Grand Rapids, which I think is Missouri. I'm not too sure. My geography is absolutely awful. But as is always the case, there's always going to be brewery information down below. So if you want to check out these guys for yourself, you're more than welcome to do so. And I've realised how red I look on camera for some strange reason. But yeah, Founders Brewing Company, Devil Dancer, Triple IPA, clocking in at 12% ABV, with an IBU count, if I remember, of 112, which I think at one point was maybe the highest documented, even though I think a lot of breweries now have gone over, the 100 IBUs, which I think is almost pointless. I don't know, considering that I think we can only detect up to 100. I'm not too sure. My science is just as good as my geography, if not slightly worse. But yeah, Beretta posted on Facebook that they had some new beers in stock, and they had a whole range of Founders stuff. I mean, they had the usual suspects like the Centennial IPA and the All Day IPA, which I know is another highly regarded one. But I picked up this one and another one, which again is a very special beer because I did actually try it in Beretta. And yeah, so Beretta's links will be down below. If you ever find yourself here in Germany, in Bavaria, more specifically here in Regensburg, then definitely give them a look because every time I go in, there's something new in there. And yeah, every time I go in, it's even harder for me to pick what beers I want to pick. And yeah, the guys who run it are awesome, especially Martin, who allows me to try some really nice beers and recommend some fantastic ones as well. There will be a Beretta playlist down below. I'm not being paid to say that, but when you've got a good bottle shop, you should promote that bottle shop as best as you can. But yeah, Founders Devil Dancer Triple IPA. How many times have I said that now? Can't really read you too much about a commercial description on this because unfortunately the import recycling sticker is covering the sticker, and when I take it off it's just going to take the whole label off. But I've read up a little bit about it. I think they dry hop this over quite a substantial time with a mix of 10 different hops. I'm sure that's what it said. There'll be links down below to either confirm or just prove that I know absolutely fuck all. So let's give it a sniff on the neck. Oh, wow. That is a pretty potent beer on the neck, it has to be said. You're getting those tropical fruit notes, juicy fruit notes as well, Roundtree's fruit pastel. But then you've got a nice chocolatey, caramelly, toffee sort of malt character. And you're getting the slightest hint of a sweetish alcohol tone in there as well. But yeah, it's amazingly how hoppy this is. I mean, this goes out of date on the 1st of May 2017, so not sure how that signifies how fresh this beer is, but yeah, now I'm getting more coffee and a little bit more chocolate. But yeah, it smells really damn good so far. Let's give it a pour and see what it's like in the glass. Now, I was watching a Beer Geek Nation's review of this, and he said it reminded him more of an American-style barley wine. I think that was the review that I was looking at. I can't remember. Could have been for a different beer. But yeah. Oy, oy, oy. Look at that. I've got, in this new position, I've got a light facing me, and that is like a ruby red. Yeah, that is definitely a really ruby red ale. Almost reminds me of like a slightly raspberry sort of colour. But yeah, you really can't see through it, just about the shadow of your fingers. Nice amount of carbonation in there. But yeah, there's just something about that. Especially looking at it from this angle, it doesn't look as good on camera, as is the case with most reviews. But when you hold it up to a good source of light that's not too strong but not too weak, that looks absolutely beautiful. And I just love that reddish hue. It's just reminded me of like raspberries or cherries or something like that. And then, yeah, even in a stronger light, it still looks fantastic. And beer poured with about 2 fingers worth of ever so off-white head. Well, more khaki sort of head, to be honest. Slight light tan. But yeah, looks really damn good. I probably should have just poured a little bit in so I could get a good taste and sniff. But yeah, let's give it a sniff. Gotta say, it's not as intense as it was in the bottle, but I sometimes put that down to the fact that when you're sniffing in the bottle, it's such a smaller and more compact surface area on the neck that it might be a little bit more intense. Once again, science, not my strong point, so I could be absolutely talking out my arse there. But yeah, it's slightly muted a little bit, but you're still getting those hops. Really nice hop character there. Getting a bit more of that malt in there. It's gone less sweet. It's a bit more nuttier now. Now it's in the glass. But yeah, slight forest fruits. Almost sounds like a black forest gatto almost. Because you've got that like cakey sort of element to it. This like brown sugar, molasses, treacle sort of character. They've got this like oaty, nutty aroma, slightly fruity, and then it tops off at the end with some nice juicy hop characteristics. A little bit resiny as well. But yeah, nice and sweet, not too sweet, just so tempting. And yeah, I'm nearly 8 minutes in and I've not even tasted it yet. I want to get this demolished, to be honest. Well, let's see if it's demolishable after we give it a taste. Yeah, cheers. It smells so good. Wow. Yeah, that is very bitter, as you would expect with an IBU count of 112. Straight away, you get hit with this bitterness. It sort of settles down as the drink's going down to the back of your throat. And then as you swallow it again, it comes back with a little bit of a vengeance. Not as strong as it initially was, but very pronounced. And I'd say there's more of like a warmth, slight burning sensation from that, as opposed to an alcohol burning sensational warmth. It's spicy. You've got again those like slightly toffee, caramel, cakey sort of elements from that malt character. And those malts give it such a nice, solid body. Not too thick, not too thin. I'd say it's on the higher side of medium. I've got to say, now my palate's a little bit used to it after taking a few swigs. That bitterness isn't as volatile as it was. Not that it was like, oh my god, I have to put it down, because as you can see, I'm swigging this one down. 11.2% or 12%, sorry, 11.2%. There's no way that is a 12% beer. I don't know whether it's because I've drank quite a few higher ABV beers over the past couple of months, so I've got a little bit more used to it. But I'm really not getting too much of an alcohol flavour. Maybe some like slightly spiced fruity rum, almost like a dark fruity rum, that sort of sweetness you get. But it works so well within the context of the beer. And you might notice me licking my lips, really quite sticky. Like you've had your fingers in like honey or something, and they're a little bit sticky, and it's on your palate, that sort of thing. Like maple syrup on pancakes. I'm getting that on the flavour. But those hops come in and sort of take away that heaviness and make it a lot more palatable. I definitely think those hops need to be there, and with 10 varieties of hops, or so they say, you know, you are going to pick it up, and you do pick it up, and they work well with that bitterness as well. Well, of course, that's where the bitterness is coming from those hops, because I think they've been dry hopped. But yeah, that's a really, really, really nice beer. I'm just so amazed at how drinkable and how quaffable this beer is at 12%, and especially for a triple IPA. You've got those malts and that big heavy malt backbone, but it's not as heavy as you'd expect it to be. That's an absolutely wonderful beer. It really, really is. I don't know what else to say about it. Nearly 12 minutes into a beer review, and I've only just about like scraped the tip of the surface with my little finger. For seasoned drinkers, they're probably going to get a lot more out of this than I am. They'll be picking up all sorts of different characteristics. You'll probably detect which hops are used in there. But to me, and for my palate, there are some flavours that I can't put my finger on, but there's no flavour out of place. There's nothing offensive on the palate. This is just a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful beer, and I cannot fault it at all. But again, I've not had too many triple IPAs, so I can't really compare it to a lot of other beers. But yeah, that is an absolutely wonderful beer, and what an introduction to Founders Brewing Company. I'll definitely going to be buying a lot more of the beers, because I know some of their beers are really quite affordable and accessible back in the UK. You can get them in some supermarkets, some specialty supermarkets, and of course bottle shops. So I'll definitely be keeping an eye out for more Founders beer. But yeah, I think I paid probably a little bit more than I would for a 330ml bottle of beer. If it is 330ml, I'm not sure if it's a little bit less, or a 350. I'm not too sure. Like I said, sticker is blocking all the information. But yeah, this was brought in by the Hamburg Beer Company in Hamburg, so I'm gonna have to look up, see what else they import. But yeah, it's amazing how fresh this beer is. I'm not sure when this was bottled. I'm not sure how old this beer is, but I don't get any sensation of flavours that have faded. It's just a serenade of just beautiful flavours. I love this beer. This is absolutely fantastic, and yeah, it's the only beer of the night. I'm going to be watching a film, probably eat some pizza with it. It's a little bit late, so I don't really want to drink anything else, and yeah, this will do me fine. It's a beautiful beer. What could I say? 10 out of 10. I cannot fault this beer at all. It's just come at the right time. It's the 1st of October as I'm recording this, so it's a little bit colder. It's warming me up, but it's still got those fresh, citrusy, juicy, hoppy flavours in there. So even in summer, this would be really nice. Even though I think they only start brewing this in September. So that gives me a slight inkling of how old this beer could be. I don't know. Again, I could be talking absolute bollocks. Don't know where I've read that. But I'll tell you one thing is for certain. If you've not tried this beer, you should definitely give it a go, because it's a special one indeed. So it's another 15-minute beer review from me, which I don't care when I have beers like that I can just talk about, and I've not even scraped the surface of what I'd like to say about them. But yeah, check out Beretta, check out my Beretta playlist, because I'm getting access to some beautiful beers thanks to those guys. Check out my IPA playlist down below. Check out Founders. Check out all the information about this beer if you want to know a bit more. And I hope you will join me for another beer review. So yeah, this is going to be hard to beat for a while, I can tell you that. Thank you guys for watching, and I shall hopefully see you later. This video may or may not be edited to shit. Cheers guys, see you later.